What's up, guys? Dark Kelly here. Hope you guys are having a great day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and let's dive on in. So, the first experience I had with the Sea Cadet Corps was on these Zoom meetings that we would have every week or so, and they teach us all these skills that we would need for drill, which I'll get into later. But after a couple of weeks of this, I didn't really like it. It took time on my day because it was 2 hours every week on Sunday, and it's just a big inconvenience for me in general. But of course, it got even worse. My first in-person encounter was at the science convention that they would have, where it had displays of military tech and stuff like that. And when I tell you I was lost, I was lost. I wandered around for a good 30 minutes or so just looking at stuff until my CEO found me, or stands for commanding officer. He signed me to this group because apparently I was supposed to have one, but yeah. That was half fun. I wouldn't call it all a bad experience, but it was pretty chill. Thought that was how it was going to be from now on and while I was in the program, but apparently I was in for a rude awakening. Now we talk about my first drill. I had to wake up at the crack of dawn on a Saturday. Thought I was just going to be there for about 2 hours or so, but I couldn't have been more wrong. As soon as I arrived, they made me and the other recruits stand on the sidewalk at attention, which if you don't know what that is, it's basically where you stand with your feet at a 90-degree angle, with your heels touching, arms straight at your side, and what they call the 1,000-yard stare. That's where you look straight in front of you and nowhere else. And straight in front, you can't look anywhere else. If you look anywhere else, you will be yelled at, and yeah, because that's how the military is. And they had us stand like that for about 10 minutes or so, before we all marched the flag, pledged it, then marched even farther to take a group photo, which I'll put on screen right now. Won't take us which one I am. All I'll say is I'm one of the people on the blue shirts. But back to the story. We marched back inside after the photo. Take us to this quote-unquote classroom. Teach us some things. Then after that, me and the other cadets clean up around with brooms and stuff like that. Because they wouldn't let us leave until we did that on base. Every single drill that we had. And yeah. Then day number 2 comes around. We're driving towards the base. And as we get closer, I'm starting to shake. I really didn't want to be there, so as soon as we get out of the car and I'm walking up to the sidewalk, I'm still partly shaking. I stand at attention and prepare for a day of torture because I know it's going to be bad. We got inside, they taught us some more military stuff. To my surprise, we had PT that day, which stands for physical training, so we had to hold a plank for at least 1 minute, do push-ups, do a certain amount of sit-ups, and then run a freaking mile. Just think about that for a second. You would waste all of your energy doing all that stuff beforehand. Then somehow I have to have enough stamina to run a freaking mile within 10 minutes, mind you. So I pull up to the start of the line. This dude next to me asks me if I'm fast. And I'm not about to lie to this man's face, so I'm like, heck yeah, I'm fast. He says he's faster. I said, let's see about this, like some cheesy Disney show. Then it's like an idiot. I run full speed at the start line as soon as they start the race. And I burn out all my energy immediately. I'd say it was half worth it because I was ahead of him for a good one lap. Until, of course, he passed me because I burned out all my energy. And eventually, I finished about 8 minutes. And at that point, I was basically limping. My legs felt like they were going to fall off, so yeah. So after that, we get back inside. We're changing out of our PT gear. They're timing us, so I'm rushing and scrambling, trying to get all my clothes on. Then I realize that I can't find one of my socks. At that very moment, I start to freak out. Because losing anything in the military or having a uniform incorrect than what it's supposed to look like is a big no-no in the military. And results in you being yelled at or lectured. So I know I'm screwed. But there's no time because there's other people waiting in line for the bathroom and the timing us, so I put on one of my socks, then pull my pants leg down on the leg that doesn't have the sock, and then hope for the best. I go to the classroom, sit down. This petty officer, which is a rank by the way, walks in to observe us for a bit. He had nothing better to do apparently. He sits in his chair directly across from me. Then he glances up and looks at me. He looks directly at me with like a death stare type thing. And I immediately know that I'm screwed as soon as he looks at me. I try to look the other way, trying to see if he didn't notice me. But then I see him looking down towards my leg area. So I knew exactly what was about to happen. He gets up, walks over to me, then starts towering over me. Didn't break eye contact for 6 seconds straight like a weirdo. Then finally asks me about it. I tell him. He goes on this big rant, starts yelling at me, and then gives me a big lecture about not losing things, how I'm responsible for everything, and yeah. Tells me to go downstairs to my bag to get my PT socks and put those on instead. And yeah, I wouldn't call it a really fun experience because it wasn't. And there's multiple times where I've been yelled at even more for doing stuff and doing stuff incorrectly, mind you. And that's how you do learn. You learn by making mistakes and then working on them. But their philosophy is that you break them down and then rebuild you. So yeah. So guys, this video is kind of getting a little bit long. I'll definitely make a part 2 on this. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.